her deep thoughts about a relationship. And she said, I really love my husband. I really do. But 7 times, that man has left and gone to look for other women and comes back to the same house. And she says that there is no sign of response of love from that man. And I could see the pain in that my friend's heart. She loves this. Even when she was talking about it, she said, I really want the best for this man. I don't want anything bad to happen. And to a point where she said that even if it means him going out and finding love, let him go and find love there. But I don't want anything bad to happen to him. And I want him to be saved. I want him to know Jesus, that one day he can be saved. But that is what God sometimes experiences. He loves us so much, but we never give that love back. The best story is found in the book of Hosea. In the book of Hosea, God does some of the craziest things that I really don't like I would not like to experience, right? God tells Hosea to go and marry a prostitute. Think about it, a prostitute. To go and marry a prostitute. And what happens? He marries the lady, brings her home, pays the dowry, right? Of course, here there's no dowry, but back there at home we pay dowry. You give some price for the bride you are receiving or you're getting. And then they bear some children, and the woman leaves, goes for other men. Why do you think God told Hosea to do such, let me say, in quote, heinous act? What was God trying to do?
Well, wasn't he trying to show that was what the nation of Israel was acting like? A harlot.
In theological terms, they sometimes say that is an acted parable. God giving a message through a real life experience. There are several of them in the Bible where you find Jeremiah is told to put a yoke around his neck and walk with it on the street. That was an acted parable, like a message given in parables through the actions of the prophet. And God tells somebody to go and collect human dung and use it to boil some food. Dirty as it is. That was to portray how bad the situation of the Israelites had gone in their relationship with God. So God is telling Hosea to go and marry this prostitute and take her as a wife. Why? Because God wanted the Israelites to understand what they are doing to him. He loved them with his whole his heart, but they have chosen to forsake God and to love other gods, other idols. But despite Israel's unfaithfulness, God still freely bestowed his love upon the Israelites. Like Hosea was still willing to buy the woman back, to bring her home. So God was willing to buy Israelites back to himself. Let me just read, this is not stanza, but anyway, paragraph 3. It says, Indeed, despite God's faithfulness and love, the people rebelled against him again and again too. Accordingly, Scripture repeatedly described God as unrequited lover of an unfaithful spouse. He had loved his people perfectly and faithfully, but they had scorned him and served and worshipped other gods, deeply grieving him and breaking the relationship, seemingly beyond repair. Of course, we know biblically one of the reasons why we can look for divorce is what? Unfaithfulness, right? And if God was like any one of us, we would run to the courts and file a what? A divorcement, right? Yeah, because this man has proven unfaithful. This woman has proven unfaithful. And I don't want to live with an unfaithful person. God also had the right to just disown the Israelites and let them go. Are we together? Yes, like any one of us, in our rebellion, when we choose to do things that God does not like, we are choosing to rebel against God. We are like wives leaving our husband to go and go after other men. And just like you who can be in a relationship can feel pain when your loved one go out with other people, God feels pain even more deeply. I think I read a statement somewhere that of all who have suffered in the great controversy, God has suffered the most. It is a paraphrase. God has suffered the most because all the pain of each individual who rebels is directed to who? To God. But furthermore, think about the pain of having to let his son die on the cross. God has suffered the most because of our unfaithfulness. But despite that unfaithfulness, God has not given up on us. He still wants us back. He wants to renew that relationship. And we see that in the example of in the book of Hosea. And let's go to Hosea 14, verse 1 to 4. And I want you to think, this is God speaking through Hosea to unfaithful Israel. And the moment he's saying these words, they have not yet repented. I want us to understand that. The moment Hosea is writing these words, the Israelites have not yet what? Repented. So it's like God is giving them a solution to find grace in his sight. And what does it say? Hosea chapter 14, verse 1 to 4. It says, O Israel, return to the Lord your God, for you have stumbled because of your what? Your iniquity. Let me read it from the King James. There's something I wanted to point out there. O Israel, return unto the Lord thy God, for thou hast fallen by thine iniquity. Thou hast fallen by thine iniquity. Does that ring a bell in your mind? Babylon is fallen. So what has made Babylon in the end time to fall? Iniquity, sin, right? Yes. So that means even us who are here in church, if we choose to mingle and commit the heinous things of this world, we are like choosing to fall from the grace of God. Take with you words. So God is giving the Israelites like a recipe for return. Take with you words and turn to the Lord. Say unto him, take away all iniquity and receive us graciously. So will we render the calves of our lips. Ashur, which is like one of the nations, shall not save us. We will not ride upon horses, neither will we say any more to the work of our hands, you are our God, for in thee the fatherless findeth mercy. I will heal thy backsliding. I will love them freely, for mine anger is turned away from me. What do you understand about that? How is God's love revealed in that last message that God is giving to the Israelites? Any thoughts? How does it reveal God's steadfast love to his people? Yes? Yes. So even when God is experiencing this one-sided love, he still has greater desire to see his people love him back. Are we together? Yes, I mean like that lady I was talking about. The husband doesn't love her and goes out with other women, but she still longs that